special.
Welcome back to the exciting world of Speed and Beauty. We're about to show you a race of acceleration, one that lasts a mere 100 yards, but oh, those 100 yards are full of excitement and challenge. The race is the sand drags, and wherever there's sand, wherever there's dirt, these machines will conquer the terrain and go for broke to be number one.
It's very doubtful that Henry Ford had this in mind when he invented the automobile in the early 1900s. Evolution in auto racing has led to revolution. No longer settling for pavement and the old drive around the block, nowadays, racers will drive anything, anywhere. Before there was drag racing, man's treks into speed racing had to be carried out on any flat stretch of land. But now, racers, you might say, are returning to their roots, doing it in the dirt, or should we say, slinging it in the sand. Sand dragsters have been hitting the beach, or dirt, for some 30 years. Unlike the quarter-mile sprint for asphalt cars, sand drags are just that. A flat-out sprint of 100 yards. Mel Weaver, president of the National Sand Drag Competition Association, talks about the beginnings of the sand drags.
Actually, the sand drags usually started either probably at Pismo and on the beach areas, and then from there we went to riverbeds, and then we've been quite fortunate. The biggest percentage of our races now are at a fairground, and they're all at permanent strips, like I say. So it's kind of a graduation type thing. The cars got naturally, you know, a street-driven car. It got more competitive, and now we run the same cars as you run on asphalt, because we run our car on both asphalt and sand.
Unlike asphalt racing, sand dragging has some unique problems of its own.
Tires, rear ends, the setup of the car, the clutch setup, the fuel setup. So it's really a different ball game rather than running asphalt. The rain kind of fouled up everything, so everybody has to make adjustments. We're quite fortunate, like I say, if it was running asphalt, you'd be a dead player. You got to go home. But we're fortunate here. We have lots of equipment, and the track virtually stand 3-4 inches of rain. It makes it a problem sometime to get to the track. Is the biggest problem.
Racing, like any athletic endeavor, is a study of comparison and contrast. And every athlete has her or his own view of what makes the sport special. For some, it's the challenge. For others, it's the love of money or love of a sport that can bring something more precious than gold.
We try to be as competitive as the asphalt, but there is I've made a lot of good friends out here, and I value that as much as the money. If I had a broken part right here, I could go right next door and get whatever I need if I didn't have the part myself. And seems like the asphalt, and I'm not putting the asphalt down, but just seems like the asphalt is very competitive, and they just lose some of that because they're concerned so much about winning. We like to win, and we do everything we can to win, but the important thing to us, I think the race starts at the starting line and it finishes at the finishing line. And anything before or after that, it is sport or just for fun.
It's something that we all do together. A lot of them are all good friends, and a sport brings a lot of friends together. So it's like this whole row right here is about 20 some of them from the Oregon, Washington area, and we come down here together, come racing.
This is fun. There's no money in it. That's why it's so much fun.
Like any athletic event, camaraderie is important. But sport is just that, sport. One man and his machine against another man and his machine. The ultimate duel, both gladiators wanting the spoils of victory.
Winning's important naturally. It really doesn't make any difference if you're shooting marbles or playing cards. Winning is important to everybody, right? But you don't have to win. You still have a good time.
The challenge, trying to make the car constantly go faster. The national records, you know, trying to get that national record, working on that, working on the cars. And a lot of it's the camaraderie of everybody around here. We're just working together and trying to help each other.
There's nothing like it. It's probably better than playing golf. You know, that's just a release from the everyday business.
You can ask 10 different drivers why they drive, and you'd probably get 10 different reasons. For speed, for sport, for the danger. But sometimes danger takes center stage.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Got a headache, but I'm all right.
Those little headaches are part of the world of sand dragging. But you can bet one thing, these racers wouldn't trade it all away for any world. They just love to giddy up.